Hello, my name is Charlotte and I'm an English teacher from the UK. I am from Cambridge, yes, in the UK, where the famous university is as well. You know all about that. And I'm coming here today, yes, from my place, and a beautiful place called Erith. It's a very lovely place to come and visit. If you're ever around the area, just drop in. And now we're going to talk today about a lovely topic called how to pass English exams. Yes, because that's really what everybody, well, that's a lot of my students tend to go for certain goals. They tend to go for exams such as the IELTS, the CAE, and the first certificate. And these some of them are Cambridge exams, which is yes, Cambridge University. Yes, Cambridge is very close to here. But yes, I teach those subjects to my students and help them to pass the exams and succeed in their English learning. And I believe that, yes, an English exam, yes, you have to really believe in what you're doing and believe in what you can do as an English student. So belief is a really prominent feature in my lessons. And so, what are we going to be talking? Yes, English exams. So, what do we need to think about when we're talking about how to pass English exams? So, were you ever thinking about taking an English exam? And perhaps you maybe should, and maybe you shouldn't. Who knows? If you were considering it, it's a really good goal for learning English anyway. And it helps you set your sights on something a bit further down the road and a goal to motivate you to learn English in the first place. So yes, it's a good motivation. And here are some top tips. Yes, I've got some top tips here on how to pass an English exam in 9 months, actually. So this is the first part of the series on doing exams. Of course, it will take, yes, various periods for different English students to really pass their English exam. But yes, if you're just starting in English, and yes, you have to really study exam, for example, then you might consider this guide a really good guide for you. But yes, as I've said, a previous English experience may differ like on how many months it will take. So let's imagine you've got 9 months to prepare for your English exam. That's only 9 months. And you could be at an intermediate level, a student who wants to do the first certificate. Yes, that's a Cambridge exam, or someone who's already passed their FCE. Yes, who wants to do Cambridge Advanced, so you want to go to the next level. And you can prepare yourself with just an hour a day over the 9 month period before the exam. So here's what you should be doing. What should you be focusing on when you're trying to pass an English exam? So the first one is general preparation. What do we do in an English exam? General preparation. So most exams test your general ability to communicate in English. So in order to prepare you for this, you'll need to work on the four key communication skills: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. As I always say, you have to really improve all these skills. So they're all at a good level. And the best way to do this is to immerse yourself in the language and to do a bit every day to increase your general level. Language does take time to learn, and in order for it to take place, you need to read and listen, and a lot, and this, yes, listen a lot in order to get enough exposure to the language. In fact, language learning takes place through input, reading, listening, yes, reading plus listening, and practice speaking and writing. So take that into account when you're learning. Yes, when you're learning, and through the general preparation when you're wanting to pass that exam. So number two is vocabulary. Yes, we go through vocabulary here. So for many exams, you'll need a wide range of vocabulary. But while you're reading and listening to English, you should start creating lists of useful words and expressions. It is a really great way to, yes, to write down those words and keep remembering them all the time. And So just yes, but remember always write out these in sentences so you can learn chunks of language, not individual words. Because if you're writing a little bit of a few words, you won't know in what context they would have been used in the first place, and then that is not going to be very helpful for you. You won't know how to use the words. So write out the whole sentence to get a clear overview of the language. So in order to learn these words, you should write them out on cards, for example. Write them on cards to study while you're out and about. So you could take cards, slide cards about and read them out as you go about your day. You could also record them so you can listen to them while you're walking or driving. Another useful tip, or creating a gap filler exercise for them. Something else you could try. Translate them. That's another one. Draw pictures of them. Anything that you feel could help you to learn them. So yes, it may not work for everyone, every single technique, but one way we are all different learners. Other people learn better visually, other people better learn listening, for example. People learn in different ways, and you have to figure out the best technique for you sometimes. So what else? Memorizing expressions will help you with your writing and speaking so you can reproduce them in a written or spoken form or listening so you can understand them as well. So yes, different ways you can do it. So reproducing them, yes, focusing on writing and speaking and listening and so you can understand them. So let's go up. The aim is to do at least 10 minutes of vocabulary preparation every day for 9 months before the exam. So yes, before we were talking about the vocabulary, yes, 10 minutes of preparation. Now, yes, listening, we go on to listening. There are two types of listening that you'll need to do in preparation for the exam. So general listening to get a good ear for the language. Yes, a good ear. And it consists of listening to songs, films, and the radio, TV series, the news, and all in English, of course, because you don't want to be listening in another language. This is not the aim of learning English. The aim of learning English is to challenge yourself and believe in yourself. And that's what the aim is too. Yes, it is really important. So, the more you listen, the better you'll become at distinguishing sounds. And once you do that, you find that you start learning much faster. Yes, because a lot of English sounds actually are very similar. And once you get to learn about one word, it might rhyme with another word. And then the pronunciation will be very similar. So you've got to learn the sounds of English. And it will just come naturally after a certain period of time of learning. So the next one is focused listening. It consists of listening activities from course books. So yes, sometimes in course books, they might ask you to listen to something and gather the details. And this is where you'll have to listen really carefully at what they're saying. So read and listen at the same time so you can see and hear the relationship between spoken and the written language. So, yeah, sometimes they'll have a dialogue in books as well where you can see the script also in English of the conversations, etc. But also listen to a variety of accents and not just British or American English accents. Like I was saying about accents, English is an international language. It's not just limited to the UK and America. Listen to Australian, Canadian. Who else speaks English? There's plenty of people in the world speak English. Indian people speak English. People from people from Europe speak English. A lot of countries now speak English. People from Argentina. People from all over the world. Listen to different accents. It's always a very, very good thing to do. I'd aim to do at least 15 minutes of listening practice every day for the 9 months before the exam. So, Yes, 15 minutes. So you've already got the 10 minutes for vocabulary, 15 minutes for listening. And now we're going to go on to reading. So another great way to improve your general level of English is to read. It's super important. You should choose things that you're interested in and read as much as you can. Yes, because we all get bored of some things we read and it can be a little boring sometimes. But English shouldn't be boring. And if you have an interest in something, you want to learn more, yes, English can teach you that. And sometimes, something that you might not be interested in might turn out to be quite interesting. So never write off other books or anything like that. But yes, for the first journey into English, you should definitely focus on those things that you're interested in. You can read articles from news sites on the internet, books and magazines, and hot English, yes, some other English sites as well, guides on hobbies, anything, yes, anything really. And reading is a great source of language. And while reading, you can see how the language fits together. So it's great for that, understanding the sentence structures and of words and how they use. So try to read quickly and without looking up too many words. Yes, try to read because you're improving your reading skills there. Sometimes you don't need to learn every single word in the dictionary because yes, when it comes to conversation, not every English speaker will be using those words, and sometimes even English people will not know the words that are in books. Um, so it's not a priority to learn every word in English anyway. So yes, this will make it interesting for you as well that you didn't know what it meant, but you could try and guess as well. You could try and guess what it meant. Above all, read something you're interested in to keep up your motivation to a high level and aim to do at least 50 minutes of reading every day for 9 months before the exam. So we got 15 minutes, 15 minutes. Yes, that's 30 minutes, 40 minutes altogether now of English you need to practice every day. Okay? So then we got writing. We're going to go to writing. In preparation for the exam, you should aim to do lots of free writing. So writing is a great way of consolidating your learning, of showing you where the gaps in your learning are, or which words and expressions you need in order to express yourself freely. So, yes, it's a great way to show where the gaps are and what you need to work on in regards to your writing as well. And also, using expressions. And you can write out anecdotes or stories in English that you can use later when speaking. So, yeah, so practice, practice, practice. You could use that in speech. So yes, it's a great way to learn how to express yourself in English. Or you could write a blog entry. There are other ways too, or an email to a friend. A Facebook update is also pretty good for this. A text message or anything, as long as you write it in English and aim to do about 10 minutes of writing every day for 9 months before the exam. So writing is another thing. So now that's a 15 minutes a day of learning, yes, learning about English so you can pass the exams. So number 6, speaking. So during the 9 months before your exam, you should definitely try to get as much speaking practice as you can. So once again, do a bit every day rather than leaving it all for the last 4 weeks or so. So you can practice speaking English with others, English learners, your friends, your teacher, a private teacher, or foreign students. So you've got a huge mix of people you can practice with. Yes, there are groups out there you can practice English with, like Meetup, for example, is a really great one. You might find a Meetup for English language students. Or yes, or just going out. There are groups on Facebook as well, which will have practice sessions that you can go to in your home country probably. So these are all great resources anyway. Or you can yes, you can practice through the internet. It depends how, yes, what, yes, you can use platforms to speak with other people in English. So these days, yes, there is the internet, like I was just saying, so you can also speak to people from other countries through Skype. Yes, it's a lovely way to learn English. And talking to yourself in English can also be very helpful. Yes, chat practice in the mirror, practice your English conversation, get confident at it. Yes, and become confident and change. Yes, really believe in yourself because that will really help. That is a really great way to practice. And describe how you're feeling, or yes, or what you're doing, for example, but just practice it over and over again. So, for example, I'm feeling a bit tired today. I've got to go to the post office later to post a letter. It's yes, it's raining again. It's like we always say in the UK. So I should take my umbrella. Yes, practice that sentence in your mirror in front of you, and you'll gain lots of confidence from it. So you can record yourself speaking English and listen back to it. So you can re-practice it again, and go and practice it again. I mean, and over and over, record yourself. You can understand. Yes, your pronunciation, and yes, it will help you a lot with your pronunciation, and hopefully also clear up any mistakes that you can correct yourself. So, in order to help with your speaking, you can also do lots of listen and repeat activities with any useful expressions and chunks of the language. So, this may will help you to internalize English. Yes, speaking it. So, they're ready to use in conversation really spontaneously. So, aim to do in speaking practice 10 minutes of speaking practice every day for 9 months before you take the exam. So, with just 1 hour a day for the period of 9 months before the exam, you'll increase your chances of passing by 100%. Guaranteed. Yes, vocabulary, as I was saying, 10 minutes, reading, 15 minutes, listening, 15 minutes, writing 10 minutes, and speaking 10 minutes. So, in a total of 1 hour a day, you can pass your English exam from being a beginner. So, next month, we're going to look at next month, we'll look at other exam preparation. So yes, on a whole, this is for beginners on how to pass the English exams. And I hope you've had a good time listening. And this will help you. This will help you to prepare for the exam. And yes, of course, good luck with your exam too, and see you in the next one. Of course, I have this is going to be on my YouTube channel and also on my Facebook channel. And if you feel like taking a lesson, please contact me and we can set something up to begin English language lessons. So see you later. Bye from Teacher Charlotte.